Today, we will be talking about how to find the x and y-intercept of a function. An x-intercept is where the graph touches the x-axis, where y will be equal to 0. And a y-intercept is where the graph touches the y-axis, which means x will be equal to 0. Now, let's try to get from the graph that we have here, from the two graphs that we have here, the x and y-intercepts. As we said, the x-intercept means y is 0, and it means it is touching the x-axis. In this graph, we can see that the function is touching the x-axis at value -1. It means our x-intercept is -1, 0. Since we only have this point to be touching the x-intercept, this is the only x-intercept we have here. Now, what about the y-intercept? Y-intercept is when the function is touching the y-axis, and here we have it at y value equal to 1 and x value equal to 0. So our y-intercept here will be 0, 1. Let's do the second graph. Now here we have two x-intercepts, one that is here and one that is here. So we write x-intercept means y is 0, and we have it here in two cases. One when x is -2, and one when x is 1. And of course the y value for it will be 0. For the y-intercept, we have one point, which is at 2. So our y-intercept will be 0, 2. Now we've done whenever we have a graph and trying to find the x-intercept and y-intercept from it. Let's try doing it from an equation. Here we're given y equal to 2x plus 6, and we need to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. As we said, to find the x-intercept, we need to equate y equal to 0, and to find the y-intercept, we need to equate x equal to 0. Let's start by finding the x-intercept. For the x-intercept, we put y equal to 0, which means we'll have 0 equal to 2x plus 6, and now we solve for x. We'll take the 6 to the other side, making it negative, so we'll have -6 equal to 2x, and now we can divide by 2 to keep the x by itself. So we'll have x is -3, and our y value is 0, so our x-intercept will be -3, 0. Now, finding the y-intercept. As we said, the y-intercept means x is 0. So for y-intercept, x is 0. So we'll have y equal to 2 multiplied by 0 plus 6, which means y equal to 0 plus 6, which is 6. We have x is 0 and y is 6. So our y-intercept will be 0, 6. Let's do another example. Y is equal to -3x plus 9. It's always the same concept. So to find the x-intercept, we need to equate y equal to 0. We'll have 0 equal to -3x plus 9. We'll move the -3x here, which will make it positive. So we'll have 3x equal to 9. And now we need to keep the x by itself, so we need to divide by 3. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And now we have y is 0 and x is 3. So our x-intercept is 3, 0. For the y-intercept, we equate x equal to 0, which means we'll have y equal to -3 multiplied by 0 plus 9. -3 multiplied by 0 is 0. 0 plus 9 is 9. Now we have x is 0 and y is 9. So our y-intercept will be 0, 9. We'll do some more examples that are a bit more challenging. For instance, this one. 3x plus 2y equals to 12. We do the same thing that we used to do before. For the x-intercept, we need to set the y equal to 0, which means we'll have 3x plus 2 into 0 equal to 12. 2 into 0 will go to 0, so we'll have 3x equal to 12. And to get x by itself, we need to divide by 3. So we'll have x equal to 12 over 3, which is 4. This is our y value, and this is our x value. So our x-intercept will be 4, 0. For the y-intercept, we need to equate x to be equal to 0. So we'll have 3 multiplied by 0 plus 2y equal to 12. 3 multiplied by 0 will become 0. So we'll have 2y equal to 12. We divide it by 2 to keep y by itself. We'll have y equal to 6. This is our y value and this is our x value. So our y-intercept will be 0, 6. Let's do this more example. Y equal to x squared minus 9. The same thing. For the x-intercept, y is equal to 0. So equate 0 equal to x squared minus 9. We can take the x squared to that side. We will have negative x squared equal to negative 9. And now we can divide it by negative 1. So we'll have x squared equal to 9. Whenever we have x squared equal to something, it means we'll have two solutions. And to find that, we'll need to do the radical of it. So x here will be radical of 9 is 3. And since we have two solutions, it will be positive or negative. Here, as you can see, we have two x solutions. So we'll have two x-intercepts. So x-intercept 1 will be negative 3, 0. And x-intercept 2 will be 3, 0. Now, for the y-intercept, x will be 0. We'll have y equal to 0 squared minus 9. 0 squared is 0. 0 minus 9 is negative 9. So our y-intercept will be 0, negative 9. What if we had something like y equal to x squared minus 4x? Here, for the x-intercept, we need to equate y equal to 0, which means we'll have x squared minus 4x equal to 0. We can take x as a common factor. Then we'll be left with x minus 4 equal to 0. And then we solve for x. Either x will be 0 or x minus 4 will be 0, which means x will be equal to 4. And now we have two x solutions. 1, 0 and 1, 4. So our x-intercepts are 0, 0 and 4, 0. For the y-intercept, we'll be given x equal to 0. So y is 0 squared minus 4 into 0, which will give us 0. So we have 0, 0, which is the origin. Then our y-intercept will be 0, 0, which is the origin.